Hey everybody, this is MyCollectables coming back with another video, and I love doing this one. This is the top 5 most valuable digital comics in the world so far, and this is on June 2023, and we do have some movement, between Superman #1 on DC and Amazing Fantasy #15 over on the Veve app. And I will show you the expanded top 10 really quickly as well. And I got one comic at the end of the video that hasn't arrived yet that I think could crack the top 10, maybe even the top 5, but definitely the top 10. I'll show you that one towards the end of the video. But I always love doing this because this is the cream of the crop, the tippity top of all the comics that we have in the digital space. And it is a lot of fun. If you own any of these, you are doing absolutely amazing right now. And if you don't, and you don't know about Veve and DC NFT, get in here because these comics are on the rise. With the release of those Apple headset and the digital space, digital collecting is rising. And these comics are very valuable, you guys. So if you like the video, make sure you smash like and make sure you comment down below. Let me know if you have any of these or if I missed any that you like. These are strictly by the numbers. This is not opinion. This is strictly by the numbers. So let's get into this, you guys. The top 5 right there in the world, which is crazy. So here are the top 10, and I actually have an 11th right there for you. And let me just talk about this. We'll start at number 11. That is Ultimate Fallout 4 with Miles Morales. That is the cover in the real world that's worth like $30,000. And it is right behind that new Detective Comics one over on the DC platform. That Detective Comics #1, 1059, that one actually has fallen quite a bit in value compared to when it first came out. It used to, the last time I did this video, it was up around 4,000 or so, and it's come down, but it's so scarce. There's only 76 of them or something like that available. So I do predict it's going to fall a bit more, though, just because it doesn't have that backing of the history, and Miles Morales is right there behind it. So I believe the next time I do this video in about a month or two from now, I think that Ultimate Fallout 4 is going to be in the top 10. So I wanted to put it there because Miles is quickly on the rise, and that number 11 is hugely valuable in the real world, right? Number 9 is Amazing Spider-Man 1 at $12.50, and then you got Journey into Mystery at number 8. That one's going for $12.50 as well. Those ones are neck and neck, but Journey into Mystery has less editions at 250 editions, so that one's great. Number 7 is Avengers 8 with Kang. That one's got 250 editions. That's one of the super limited ones. Number 6 is Fantastic Four #1 at 2050. All of these are all poised to climb a lot higher, in my opinion. In a couple months from now, I think these prices are going to be even higher just because of the way the world's going and how we're kind of coming out of this bear market. But we'll see what happens. Of course, these are literally just the market numbers as we stand. So number 5 is actually Amazing Spider-Man 252. This is the ultra rare variant. Now, this one's trending down. It's come down in price, just slowly, right? And now it's down to 2,500. And so it's still an amazing comic. It's so scarce at 100 editions. So it is number 5 in the world, but it is trending down a little bit. But when it's that scarce, it could go right back up super fast, right? But you got to put it on this list because it is scarce. Scarcity is a big thing, and it's a big deal, especially with a popular character. Number 4 is Marvel Comics #1, holding strong. Just steady, not really going up or down at the secret rare level. This one's at 56.50 right now. There's 600 editions of this. This is like the biggest grail on Veve. At the beginning, when Veve first started, I mean, it was much higher in the past, but now it's settled in around this range for a long time. The last time I did this video, it was right at this level as well, pretty much. So it's sitting at number 4 in terms of value, and it is definitely, if you have one of these, you are doing fantastic. Number 3, and this is the surprising one, is Superman 1 over on the DC platform. Has actually fallen. This one was around 18,000. Now it's down to about 1150. They're so scarce, these 140 editions or so. This is the legendary version. And so this one used to be in the number 2 spot the last time I did it, but it actually has dropped. But it only takes a couple of sales and it goes right back up. But there are a few that are listed right around this price. So it's actually fallen under the next comic, which is risen up. And it's Amazing Fantasy 15, the secret rare. This one's risen up again. It used to be around 10,000, and it even had a listing or two under. And now it's gone back up to 12,800. There's 250 editions of this. This is Amazing Fantasy. It's just showing its power. I mean, we're closing in another 2 months from now, in a year, with this one's been around. And of course, Spider-Man, right? Superman #1 right here. This one's been around since, like, the fall, right? So these two are just battling it out right at the top, of the lists. And which one's going to come out in the end, I don't know. If I think they both win on both DC NFT and of course on Veve. Now, the #1, you may have seen a little sneak right there. The #1 comic in the world again is still Amazing Spider-Man 252, the secret rare. Now, this one has actually gone way up. The last time I did this video, it was 38,000. Now it is a $100,000 listing. Now, I'm not sure who's buying it at that price, of course, but there's only about 40 editions of these, so it's so scarce. And there's only 2 listed. There's only ever about 2 listed. And, one of them was 38,000. Now it's listed at 100,000. So it is the #1 comic in the world in regards to a digital comic. It's #1. It's right there at the top of the peak. And you can see the rest of them, are like trying to like get their positioning below them, right? So that's just really interesting. Now, what is next to drop? There is one comic that is coming, I think very soon to the Veve platform. DC also has some mega grails that could come, like Detective Comics 27 or, Action Comics 1. I mean, those 2 massive comics will come to DC in one day, and they will be right in this list, guaranteed. But what's next to drop? And I think Veve has the next one, and I think it could be this one, Hulk #1. This one's a big one in the real world. Obviously, it's absolutely massive. The secret rare on this could crack the top 10, and you never know. I mean, it could even get into the top 5. Probably not, probably just top 10 if you just base it upon the other, like Jim 83 that we have in the top 10. But because the facsimile of this released in the real world, because we're getting Hulk drops on the Veve platform right now, you might see this one in June. And if you do, it's going to be an absolute monster. A 9.4 grade in the real world goes for about over $300,000 the last time it sold. So it is an absolute monster, right? So you guys now got to let me know what you think. Do you have any of these? Like I said, this is not an opinion piece. These are literally just the comics listed by their market value. And you can see that they're battling it out at the top 5, and there's rounding out the top 10. It's a lot of fun, you guys. Like I said, the only comic I have on this entire list is that Ultimate Fallout 4 down there with Miles Morales, but I have big hopes for it because I do think it's going to be rising up, as time goes on. That particular version is a huge grail in the real world. And of course, all these other ones are obviously the same. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. I hope you liked it. Get your hands on these before it's too late. Anyway, happy collecting.